Hi children, welcome to today's session. Today we are going to learn next chapter from our grammar textbook, lesson 6, and one more writing part also we have to discuss, one composition, that is lesson 21, an application. So two chapters are there today. First we can see last day's homework answers, means chapter 5 works are there, means page number is given there, you can see the answers and you can correct it. It is from our grammar textbook, you have to fill it in the textbook itself. See, these are the answers. For rewriting the sentences, I think space is there in your textbook, no need of writing in the notebook, fill up in the textbook only. Then here write about your visit to a beach. So this is one of the example given, you can write according to your vision. This is example given, you can note down this, otherwise you have to write by your own. Next we are going to learn chapter 6, adverbs of frequency. It is chapter 6, adverbs of frequency. Even we are learning about adverb, means just to qualifying about the action or saying about the verb. And here adverbs of frequency, we have to learn about adverbs of frequency, means a group of adverbs are there to indicate the frequency. Means there are a group of words used to talk about how frequently an action takes place. Means a group of adverbs used for what? To talk about, to mention, to say about for how frequently an action takes place. Means how often, means regularly or always or rarely, how the action takes place. So about that we have to use a group of adverbs, that is adverbs of frequency. Means frequency means how an action takes place, how often frequently an action takes place. These words are known as adverbs of frequency. Means these are these yellowish words, these words are adverbs of frequency, main adverbs of frequency words. Then one more use, it is to talk about frequently of an action, frequency of an action, or how often something happens. This is the main, you have to understand well what is adverbs of frequency means, about how frequency of an action, how it happens or how the action is happening there. Is it always, or is it in between, or is it rarely, how it is happening and how often something happens. So we have to mention already, if it is happen we can mention, or something is going to happen we can use the adverbs of frequency. Main thing is how frequency of an action, how the action happens. So see here, always, sometimes, often, never and hourly, sometimes, often, daily and frequently. These are the main adverbs of frequency. And here a few rules are there, means where to use this group of adverbs of frequency. Always and sometimes and often, three adverbs of frequency, means always, sometimes, often. We have to use these three adverbs of frequency placed before the main verb. We have to use it before main verb. See the example, I always wake up early in the morning. See here, what is the main verb? Wake up. This is the action in the sentence. Wake up is the action, that is the main verb. So we used always before main verb. So among these group of adverbs of frequency, always or sometimes or often, any one of the adverbs of frequency we can use before main verb. See the example, I always wake up early in the morning. It is a regular happening, regular action. I always wake up early in the morning. Frequently it is happening there. So always, the particular one you have to use before main verb. So I always wake up early in the morning. See the next one, never and hourly. Never and hourly can be placed after verbs such as are, is, was and were. These are helping verbs. Already we have learned these are helping verbs. So never and hourly, these two adverbs of frequency you have to use. We have to use after verb, means after these group of helping verbs. After these group of helping verbs. See the example here. Anu is never late for her class. Anu is never. See, never is here, and where never is used? After helping verb. See, is. Are, is, was, and where. So, never and hourly we have to use after these group of helping verb. See here, is the helping verb and never is adverbs of frequency. Anu is never late for her classes. Okay. Then next one, sometimes and often. Next group, sometimes and often, any one of, sometimes or often, any one of the adverbs of frequency can be placed at the beginning of a sentence. So these two adverbs of frequency means, see here, sometimes again repeated, but even in the sentences, according to sentences, we can use sometimes and often can be placed at the beginning of the sentence. Sometimes I go for a walk in the park. See, it is in the beginning we used sometimes. I go for a walk in the park. Then next last one, daily and frequently. Daily and frequently can be placed at the end of the sentence. So in the end we have to use these two frequencies. I go for swimming classes daily. Daily in the end of the sentence. Okay, this is adverbs of frequency and the sentence is going to end with this particular adverbs of frequency. I go for swimming classes daily. So these are the main adverbs of frequency, and where to use it? Always, sometimes and often placed before main verb. Never and hourly placed after helping verb. Sometimes and often can be placed in the beginning, and daily and frequently we have to use at the end of the sentence. That's about adverbs of frequency. So when you are learning, just to focus on these group of adverbs of frequency and where to use it. And you have to do the examples also. Next one we can learn how to write an application. It is a composition part. How to write an application. So it is your chapter, page number 86. It is a chapter in the last part of your textbook, page number 86. One application is there. First we can see what is an application, how to write an application, and what is the format. So we write an application to teachers or the principal of our school for various reasons, such as asking for leave, requesting permission, and apologizing for a misconduct. So application mainly, as you all are students, so mainly for you, to whom you are writing application. So for you, for the school use, just to learn application to write to our principal or vice principal or to authorities in the school. For what? To seeking permission for leave or requesting permission and for the apologizing for the misconduct. So these are the three reasons we are writing applications. So it is a formal way of writing. We are writing a formal way we are using, means we have learned formal letter and informal letter. So same way it is a formal writing, because we are writing this application to the principal or vice principal or the school authorities, because you are the students, you are in the school. So when you are writing, you have to write to class teacher, either class teacher, principal, vice principal or manager, for any reason, for leave or apologizing, for any reasons will be there. Then an application is a formal letter. So it is a formal one, it is a formal letter to ask for permission or to apologize. So mainly we are writing an application to the authority for what? To ask permission for something, for getting leave for few days, or apologizing for something you had done, so for apologizing for that deed. It should be brief to the point. So when you are writing it, the content should be brief and meaningful. It has a common format to follow. So in the application there will be different types of format, but for you have to follow the format given in the textbook. Means in the application we can follow a formal format, but different ways are there. But what are given in the textbook, follow that format. So you have to learn these steps. 8 steps are there for writing an application. So main thing is that after writing each one, just to give little space between every, means after writing senders, address, leave a little space, leave one line, and after writing date, leave space. So for each one you have to keep gap. So it is the format of writing an application. First you have to do the left side in a paper. On the left side, first you have to write the sender's address. Means if you are writing the application, just write your name and your class. That will be your address. Or sometimes if your parents are writing, then they can write your name and your permanent address where you are living. Your address you can write, or sometimes you can write your class and roll number. That also will be your address. So better to follow your own address. You can write your own address, means with the house name, your place name. So first write your name and your address with the place, then leave one line. Next date, any date when you are writing application, give the date. Again leave space. Then a designation of the person to whom the application is addressed, means to whom you are writing. If you are writing to the class teacher, just to write to the class teacher. Or if you are writing to the principal, you have to write to the principal. So that is the designation. Then application is addressed followed by the name of the school. So which school they are belonging. Even if you are writing your school's name, you have to write after designation of the authority. Then greetings, respected or dear sir, respected madam or respected father. That is the greeting. Then subject of the application. Means if you are writing, if you want to get a leave for few days, application for getting leave, or if you are apologizing for something, application of apology, that subject you have to mention there. Then body of the application. Then the next, after leaving one line, leaving little space, after you are writing the content. Means for many reasons you may have take the leave, or you may absent for few days because of a sick or something, or if you want to go somewhere else, you have to take leave for a few days. That content you have to write. And at last the left side, even all things should be in the left side. Closing means yours sincerely, yours faithfully, that is the closing, and your name and class. Even when you are writing your name and which class you are studying, that is the format. So follow sender's address, date, designation means the principal, the class teacher, the manager, then their school also. Then greeting, respected or dear, that is the greeting. Then subject, application for leave, application for apology, that is a subject. And body means the content, what we are going to convey to them, that is the body of the application. Closing means yours sincerely or yours faithfully, then your name and class. That is the format of writing an application. One example is here. See children, this application you have to write it in your English notebook. So here it is one of the examples. So here the student's name is there and her address is there. Maria Thomas, 108 Greenville Apartments, MC Road, Kurvalingad, Kottayam. One address, a creative address list you can write, and see a small space is there. Then we have written the date here. Then space is there 2. It is a designation and it is the authority. The principal, Chavara Hill CMI Public School, Kurvalingad, Kottayam, means we have to write the school's name also along with the authority to whom you are writing. Then afterwards we have to leave space. Then respected, it is a greeting. Respected father or respected sir, respected madam. Then a space is there. Then next we have to write the subject. This is the subject. Application for 3 days leave. So we are already need for many reasons, maybe we have to take leave for few days. So this application is for getting leave. So this is the content. I will read it. I am Maria Thomas, a student of grade 4. I am writing this letter to request permission for leave of 3 days. So I need 3 days leave. What is the reason? The reason for the leave is because of my brother is getting married and I have to move out of the city. So maybe her brother's place is little far from the place, so she had to move the city, move the place. So she need 3 days leave. I would be grateful if you consider my leave application and grant me 3 days leave starting from 11th September 2021. Means date also you have to mention how many days you need leave and what is the reason of leave. Then finally we are concluding. I am expecting a positive response from you. Even if you are adding or not, it is not compulsory, but if we can conclude by such a sentence. Then in the last, see yours sincerely, it is the closing. yours sincerely, it is a closing, and your name and class, that is the ending of the application. So this one you have to write in the notebook, and in the homework you have to write one application by your own. So 2 homeworks are there. First we have learned about adverbs of frequency, that chapter 6. So all the exercises of chapter 6 do in the textbook only, and this one writing an application means to your class teacher, you are writing application to the class teacher for what? Requesting her permission to participate in an inter-school dance competition. So you are asking, you are requesting her to let me also join in the inter-school dance competition. So we are requesting for class teacher and writing an application to the class teacher to get the permission to participate in the dance competition. So this application you have to write in the notebook and fill the exercises of chapter 6 in the textbook itself. So write an application and learn the adverbs of frequency and uses also. In the next class we can see next chapter. Thank you.